And we're live. Lahore Qalanders versus Multan Sultans. Let's go. And I already had a comment in here from Samir Shah saying fantastic at 4:11 a.m., which is 7 hours ago. He's a very keen bee. Everyone else, though, please do, if you are tuning in, make sure you do like this. Let me just update the score as well. And let me know if the sound is okay. I've got some new headphones. They weren't very expensive, pretty cheap, but I thought the sound might be slightly better, but I have no idea if it is or not. So, yeah, let me know, guys. Let me know. 2 for naught off 1 over. Dahani, who looks a good young talent, coming in, running in fast. Fakhar Zaman and Sahel Akhtar are on a strike. So let's see. Let's see how it goes. Um, oh, Dahani looks good though, man. Looks good. I think he's a good player. Um, yeah, looks good though. I think, and running in. I think he looked pretty good yesterday. Well, not even yesterday, in the match before, I thought he looked good. And so, like, I think that's all just dropping short. Very lucky stuff from him, um, which sounds good. And Fakhar Zaman and Sahel are, yeah, they're both in here. They're both looking decent, but it looks like I'll tell you what, the pitch doesn't look as flat as maybe the other pitches so far, anyway. But let's see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. 2 for naught, and yeah. Oh, that's smacked down the ground. Say like the oh, really really good shot. Um, that's fantastic stuff. 6 for naught. Um, 4 runs, flat bat down the ground, hitting Ahani, who looks good, man. I mean, he's a good young talent, but that's a good, just a flat bat really over Ahani's head for 4. Not the prettiest looking shot, but yeah, I thought that was a very very good shot. And they're 6 for naught of 1.3 overs. Dahani under a bit of pressure, 4 runs now off his third delivery, running in, and it looks beautiful, doesn't it, in the stadium in Karachi? Weather looks amazing. Must be baking there. What's the time there? So it's 5 hour difference from here in the UK. So it must be 3 o'clock. Um, yeah, looks good. That looks good though. Looks very very good. Fakhar Zaman 1 off 2 and Sahil Akhtar 6 off 8 so far. And guys, yeah, let me know what the sound is like. If the sound is okay or not. I don't know, obviously. I can't tell. So do let me know if the sound is good or bad or ugly. Otherwise, I will just use my regular headphones as well. 7 for naught, 1.4 overs. Yeah, let's see how this goes. 8 for naught of 1.5 overs. Let's see how this goes. Really, really good stuff. Oh, that's interesting. Wow. Just looking at Dahani's like player profile, and his favorite player is Jofra Archer, which is really interesting. I think that's very very interesting. And his favorite test match is favorite match is the Ashes in Leeds, which again he's obviously got a little bit of love for the England cricket team, which is quite cool. Very interesting stuff. But yeah, let's see how it's going. Oh, really good. Guys, what do you think as well? Who do you think is going to win this? Who's going to win this? And let me know. Early doors is pretty, well, it's very early doors, isn't it? But who knows? Well, it's looking good there in Pakistan. Multan Sultans won the toss Chose to bowl. Sahel Khan coming back in, the veteran that is Sahel Khan. He really is a veteran, isn't he? All good delivery. He says 8 for naught. Let me just update the scorecard. And yeah, Sahel Khan, he looks in good shape though. It's in very good shape. He looks very slender, very lean, and I think he's they're doing their head and shoulders where they brush it. That's very interesting. Wasn't it? Didn't Hassan Ali do a celebration, which was that? I wonder if it was for Head and Shoulders. I wonder if he got paid for that to advertise Head and Shoulders by doing that. That was quite funny. But Fakhar Zaman on strike here now, struggling a little bit. Fakhar Zaman to kind of get off the mark or go quite fluent. Deadly Killer says, "Can you speak Urdu for a while?" My Urdu is pretty broken, to be honest with you. So it wouldn't be very nice to listen to if I'm being completely honest with you. I can't speak it so well, so I probably won't do that. Maybe in the future, if it gets better, I will for parts, but I think it's probably better. Also, most conversational Urdu is a mix anyway, I think, so I will stick to English if that's okay. uh, let's see how it goes. Alrighty. Serkan running in, straddled down the leg side, 9 for naught. Where do you live though, Deadly Killer? I live in the UK, the United Kingdom. Yeah, in London. So here it's actually 10 a.m. And I think in Pakistan it's 3 a.m. Where do you live, Deadly Killer? Thank you very much as well for tuning in. Please do remember to like this video and subscribe. And I appreciate you coming on. Just showing that Sahel Khan, that he's bowling some big outswingers as well. And also some that are just going straight on, but all in the good length area, which is really cool. Really good stuff from Sahel. Like he's looking very tight. Only 4 runs of his 1.5 overs, which is pretty good. Pretty good so far, and they're really squeezing Lahore here, who are my team, or the team that I'm supporting anyway. They're definitely squeezing them, and this could end up being quite an interesting match. Do we think we're going to see a high-scoring match here, guys, like we've seen in the last couple? So we saw 194 get chased, right? I think it was 194 got chased, and then 197. And whichever team has bowled first has always won. So do you think that's why Multan Sultans won the toss and elected to bowl? And do you think it's because the pitch is getting flatter as well? And Deadly Killer says, I can't watch PSL because of exams. Sorry to hear that. Well, you can listen to me, and I'll try my best to describe it to you what's going on. Lahore are 11 for naught, and 2.3 overs gone. Sahel Khan running in to the left-hander Fakhar Zaman. He drives down the ground, and good fielding from Sahel Khan. Throws it at the stumps, actually, to see whether he can get a cheeky little run out, but unfortunately nothing comes of that. Deadly Killer, I feel you there about exams. I feel you about exams. Are you in Pakistan then? I'm assuming if you're talking about exams. All the best. Good luck for them. Hope you pass them. And please do give the channel a subscribe if you can. And also this video and stream a like. That would be really helpful. And hopefully you get through those exams and pass them well. 11 for naught, 2.4 overs gone. Fakhar Zaman is 3 off 6. Sahel Khan 7 off 10. I'll tell you what, Fakhar Zaman looked in very good form in the last match. Him and Hafiz obviously helping Lahore to a 9 wicket win, right? Deadly Killer says, yeah, I'm in Pakistan. Thank you for the luck. No problem at all. So Lahore's record is very interesting in the PSL. So from 2016 to 2019, the Women's Central was only 30. Since then, from 2020, obviously, and now to now, it's 60%. So they've obviously, whether it's a team selection or just, performing better, having more confidence. That's a fantastic shot from Fakhar Zaman. It's just a bit wider there from Sahel Khan, and he latches onto it, the left-hander. Just a big step forward, swipes across the line, just down actually past point. Very good shot. Pretty much full face of the bat. It's not the best shot to look at, but he just utilizes the width and just puts it away. And it's an easy 4 for him. Easy pickings from someone who is so good with any width. outside the off stump. So fantastic stuff from him. 15 for naught here off 2.5 overs, and again he goes, and again it's a very good shot. This time though, I think the Super's going to get there. 15 for naught, and that will be 17 for naught off 3 overs. So let's see how this goes now. So far though, it's been pretty even, and Multan did very well the first couple of overs to restrict Lahore to, in the power play, you want to score runs. So the fact that Multan have only got them 17 for naught is really good. They'd like to pick up a wicket here, I'm assuming, as well. But 3 overs gone, and I think at the moment, Multan will be pretty happy with how it's going. Sohail Khan's bowled really well, and I think, considering he's a bit older, he'll probably end up bowling at least 3. I don't know whether they'll want him to come back as well. I don't know if he's particularly a death bowler. Just looking at the Lahore Qalanders lineup as well, obviously we had Rashid Khan. He's gone because Afghanistan have got a series going on, so now he has gone out. And guess who has come in? Matt Jones, Kent man from the UK, has said it. He said, Denley meme team have arrived. So Joe Denley fan club in Matt Jones is here. He's going to be in next. He's coming in at 3. Carlos Brathwaite now coming on, actually. So Sohail Khan has only bowled 2. Let's see how Joe Denley does. I reckon he'll do pretty well in the PSL, and his leggies might be quite useful on these tracks. It depends. I think maybe the tracks we've seen recently, like chasing 190, maybe not. It depends. But before that, we were only seeing scores of 140 to 170, 180. So out of nowhere, the pitch has started to get flatter, but I guess it's from overuse of them as well. Although there's only, I think, this is match 7, so there'll be 3 or 4. Oh, that's out. And that's a poor shot, and Carlos Brathwaite has got a wicket. So that's a really poor shot. Goes to pull him, and unfortunately, just hits that completely straight to mid-wicket, actually, it is. Carlos Brathwaite with a wicket straight away on his second delivery, hasn't gone for a single run. Deadly killer. And that wicket, I tell you what do you guys think? He looked okay in the last match, but he's struggling, isn't he, a little bit for form? Very good captain, I would say, as a Lahore fan. But let's see. Joe Denley coming in, though. Matt is going to be really excited for that. How do you learn the accent of English? I grew up here, so I was born here. I'm obviously originally from Pakistan, but I was born in the UK and grown up here as well. Matt Jones says, reckon he'll get a bowl. Potentially. Lahore don't have a whole lot of spinners. We have Muhammad Hafiz, obviously, who can bowl pretty decently. He used to be a fantastic bowler, obviously having to stop because of his action, etc. But so now I don't know, he bowled okay in the last match. He bowled pretty decently. He'll be able to do a good job. But depending on how the pitch is playing, I think Joe Denley may get a bowl, maybe an over or 2. We'll see. But he'll need to be tight, because if he goes for runs in his first over, they won't bowl him again. That's for sure. So 17 for 1. Just going to update the scorecards. So Helakta just mistiming that pull shot from Carlos Brathwaite straight to mid wicket. Joe Denley's in 34 years old, former England player as well. Really, really decent player. Strike rate 125 in his PSL career, and 350s from 13 matches. So he's pretty experienced as well in the PSL. Ashraf says out. Yes, out indeed. Out indeed. And Carlos Brathwaite is the king of taking pace off the ball and really just digging the ball into the surface and making it hard to get away. And Sohail Akhtar really felt that, I think, trying to pull that delivery. Just no real pace on that delivery and completely mistimed it. So really good bowling from Carlos Brathwaite early doors. And yeah, 1 for naught. And he runs in here now. Really good shot first up from Joe Denley for naught. It's one of those shots that you say it's a very good shot for naught. Looks good on the up, punching that straight to cover. And you can see Carlos Brathwaite and Mohammad Rizwan just setting their field beforehand. And obviously they had a little plan for Sohail Akhtar, and it came off, which is always good, isn't it, when a plan comes off. Usher says, should he play for England against India? I'm assuming you mean in the test match at number 3. I mean, he could. I reckon he'd be pretty solid, to be honest with you. And he's got a spin option. So then that's actually not a bad idea, considering I think the pitch is probably going to be. They're just showing again he's really not got any of that, and really easy catch for Osman Qadir. Yeah, I don't think he will play. Should he play? I mean, it's tough to come in straight away. Only play one match in tough conditions, which I'm assuming are going to turn. I don't think it's going to be any different really. It might be a bit better, but it'll be pretty similar. He might even get wickets, who knows? But yeah, I don't think he will play. Whether he should or not, I think a lot of people were a bit aggrieved that he got dropped in the first place because he was pretty solid and he did quite well for them. And he was a good stopgap at 3 for sure. But he's a bit older now, so how many years does he have left in him? Probably 3, 4, maybe max. And then he'd retire. So I guess they look to the future with Zach Crawley there, who's his Kent counterpart. And yeah, Crawley, I think eventually, as he's doing now, is going to be opening the batting anyway. So yeah, anyway, so they're 17 for 1 off now 4 overs. Really good start here from Multan, I would say. And as a Lahore fan, I'm pretty not disappointed, but I want to see some runs scored quickly, and hopefully, fingers crossed, we can get that. Hi, hello. Thank you very much for joining. Please do, everyone in the chat as well, please do like this video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And let me know who you guys think was going to win. What do you think of the match so far? Did you think it was a right decision from Multan to win the toss and bowl? Obviously, every team so far, can you believe this? Every team in the PSL so far who has bowled first has gone on to win the match by chasing the total set. Do you think that's I'm assuming that's the thinking that Multan had, right? In the back of their heads, they're thinking, okay, we can chase this. Or they're thinking, actually, the record shows on this track, chasing is the best thing to do, rather than even maybe looking at the pitch. I wonder whether the pitch has too much to, has much of a factor really at all whilst looking to decide whether to bat or bowl. Because, as I said, every team, so all 6 games now so far that have been played, every team that's chased has won. And we're talking about scores of 194, 197, the last 2 as well. Ashraf says here, actually supporting Lahore today. Wow. Islamabad fan. But fair enough. Ashraf says, Lahore and Quetta today for me. Okay. That's interesting. Dahani just running in here. Again, only 6 runs off his first over. And he looks like a very good young prospect. He was getting the ball up to... He was getting his speed up to even 144, 146 in the last match. Here, not looking as quick, but good seam position, just shaping away from the left-hander here. Actually, with the arm, a very good delivery and nearly a tickle there from Fakhar Zaman, but luckily he does not make any contact. Can anyone explain to me why Fakhar Zaman's helmet is always lopsided? It always seems like it's loose and doesn't seem like it's on properly. Anyone explain to me why that's the case? Dahani running in again. Oh, this time again, it's a beauty. I think he's nicked off. That's another beauty from Dahani. Absolute beauty. Just shaping away from the left-hander from over the wicket. And Fakhar Zaman doesn't know what to do. He goes to fend it. Just kind of, it's a half-hearted, really, back foot punch. And it feathers through to the keeper. And Mohammad Rizwan goes up and he's ecstatic. And that's a really, really good delivery. This time, he tucks it in, that delivery, makes sure that he cramps the batsman. And Fakhar Zaman really likes width, as we know, doesn't give him any width. And it's a very good length across the left-hander. He doesn't know what to do, doesn't get in line. And he's gone for 9 off 11. And Lahore are in a bit of trouble here, 17 for 2. And I tell you what, this is going to be damn tough now for the rest. That's for sure, because there seems to be a little bit there for the seamers. Sahel Khan got some away swing early doors. There seems to be a little bit of nibble off the surface with a seam as well. And I don't think we're going to see a 190 score here. I could be wrong, but I think we're going to see another score between maybe 140, 170. As a Lahore supporter, I want to see obviously as big a score as possible. But realistically, I don't think we're going to see that. And 17 for 2. Mohammad Hafiz, probably one of the best T20 players around internationally for the last, I'd say, year and a half, 2 years, comes to the crease, the captain as well. And, not captain, sorry. Sahel Akhtar was the captain. And Joe Denley and him now at the crease. And this is a vital partnership that needs to be built. So let's see. Dahani, though, looking really good. So far, a wicket and 2 dot balls. and he's going to look to get another scalp straight away. And just looking at his PSL record, Mohamed Hafiz, a strike rate of 120 doesn't seem incredible, but that's just because his first few years in the PSL, he wasn't fantastic. In the last 2-3 years, he's just been an incredible T20 player, and that strike rate, I think, probably has increased quite substantially from probably somewhere around 110 to then creep up to 120. Dahani here now, they're 1 for 6, and he's looking very, very good. The youngster, he's got his tail up, and the weather looks beautiful in Karachi. It looks absolutely baking. The stadium looks fantastic. Running in here, and Hafiz on strike, and again he tries to go back of a length. This time a bit shorter to Mohamed Hafiz, but he just runs it down, trying to run it down to third man, but stopped at point. But they managed to scamper for a single even. Oh, and just showing the replay again, and it's a fantastic delivery. He really cramps Fakhar Zaman. The ball before actually set him up, because what he did is the one before was a bit wider, a good length as well, though, and Fakhar Zaman missed it. This one he just tucked in his line a little bit, and again back of a length, and Fakhar Zaman went to play at that one, thinking actually it's going to be a similar kind of line, and it wasn't. It was slightly straighter, and he feathered it behind. Really good bowling from Dahani, and it's the kind of classic back of a length, fourth stump delivery that you'd see in almost a test match. So fantastic bowling from Dahani, really, really solid so far. Only one off the over so far, and Multan Sultans are in, I would say, they're definitely in a very good position so far. Lahore 18 for 2, and they're struggling big time to get the ball away and hit boundaries. I think I've maybe seen one boundary from Fakhar Zaman. Apart from that, we haven't seen anything. So Multan are doing really well to keep Lahore at bay at the moment. Again, really good bowling. This time, Denley does exactly the same thing. Just opens the face of the bat, plays it late, runs it down to that man at kind of backward point, and they scamper for another single. 19 for 2 or 5, and a fantastic over from Dahani. I mean, incredible, right? 2 off the over, a wicket from it as well. And this youngster looks like one to watch out for in the future, that's for sure. Yeah, so 2 4s, only 2 4s, no 6s yet. 19 for 2, and I tell you what, it's looking like a bowling day so far. I don't think we're going to see that 190 plus that we thought we might. So I'll tell you what, fantastic stuff so far from Multan. Interesting to see who they bring on. Well, I think they've got Dahani, obviously, who's bowled 3, and they had to Helakta. Brathwaite has now come back on. He's going to be bowling, I guess, after picking up that wicket. So 2 wickets in 2 overs, not good for Lahore. And just looking at the average PSL score, whilst Denley flicks Carlos Brathwaite as he strays onto the pads for 1, the average PSL score for the power plays is 47. So I don't think Lahore are going to get anywhere near that. They're just showing the 4th over here, and everything again from Brathwaite in that good length. And Multan's bowlers have been very disciplined. They really have. And I think early doors in the power play, you need to really, especially on a pitch like this that seems to be able to give you a little bit of assistance, hit that back of a length. Carlos Brathwaite is very tall. Dahani as well has got a bit of height, and he's got that pace and carry. If they can be disciplined there and hit that back of a length as they have been, then Mohamed Hafiz trying to come down the track there and pull Carlos Brathwaite. Doesn't come off though, a bottom edge, and just trickles to mid wicket. If they can just stick to that, then it's going to be very hard for Lahore, obviously. And in those the first 5 overs, only 18 runs were scored, and I think that shows how 19, sorry, that shows how disciplined Multan were in the power play, in that first power play even. So really, really good stuff from them, and they'll be looking to do something similar, I think, with second, and then they'll go more attacking, I think, with their bowling, or more adventurous as the innings goes on and they get more into their game. But they're definitely tying them down. They don't need to change too much. I think it's really good stuff, and they're probably putting the impetus on Lahore and saying, "Go on, you do something." Again, Joe Denny trying to use the pace and just run it down, but this time they've got a short third man in Dahani who just picks it up. No single there. Dot ball again from Carlos Brathwaite and Multan. This is a really impressive performance. Lahore are actually the only team to be unbeaten so far in this PSL, but it looks like so far I think Multan in a very good position. The current run rate is 3.71. They need to moat here at some point with 5 overs gone. Denley flicks away, and that's a fantastic shot down to the boundary. He shifts across outside his off stump, actually. Yeah, really, really good batting. Just changes it up, gives Carlos Brathwaite something different to look at, and it's almost like a Steve Smith trigger movement. He goes completely outside the line of off stump and flicks that away down to fine leg, and there's no one there at fine leg. Carlos Brathwaite obviously bowling pretty accurately to that offside field and just flicked away. Fantastic stuff from Joe Denley there. And we've got Ashraf from Cricket for Us 2.0. How you doing?
Hello. Assalamu alaikum. I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm good. Pierre here says, Madasari, you might be able to tell me what that is.
Madasari.
No.
I don't know.
Thank you very much, Pierre, for joining. Please do make sure you like this video and subscribe. Thank you very much. And yeah,
I just really hope it's not a swear word, Fazan.
I don't know. Do I? But yeah, so far Multan have been. I was saying we're not going to see a 190 score here.
Yeah, it doesn't look like what the run rate is about 4 or 5 at the moment, which is crazy.
Just under 4, yeah.
Yeah, absolute madness. One thing I'm actually impressed by is Multan's bowling so far. It's been pretty good.
Yeah, I was saying it's been very disciplined, very disciplined performance, and they're showing the the heat maps for the bowling, and pretty much every delivery was in the good length area.
Yeah,
very tight bowling, very tight knit, and I said, to be honest, they can just stick to that unless they start doing what, for example, someone like Joe Denley did, which is then start. He had to be innovative. He shifted across outside the line of off stump and then flicked away. Then okay, you need to adjust, but otherwise I don't need to. And the par score in the PSL is like 47 for power play. So obviously Lahore are well below par. And and Multan have done a fantastic job, and Dahani looked really good. And I think there's a little bit of assistance on this pitch. There's a little bit of nibble off the seam, and Sahel Akhtar got a really nice kind of shape with the away swingers with only a couple of deliveries. Some he kind of put his back into more and just looked to kind of bowl into the surface. But yeah, I think there's a little bit more here for the bowlers potentially.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. It's 40-year-old versus 40-year-old. Let's see which one does well. But I was just going to say, have they changed Shahnawaz Dhani's name to Dahani now? Because in the last game it was Dhani, right?
Yeah, I was thinking that because I've been saying Dhani. Oh, fantastic shot. Just smashes shy the free down the ground for 6, and Hafiz, that he's going to stop. He's going to go here. I think he's going to try to really pick up the pace, and that's the first 6 of the match. And I think only 2 fours. Yeah, and you're right. It was Dhani before, and they now changed to Dahani. But that's a fantastic shot from Mohammad Hafiz. And when he plays down the ground, it almost looks effortless. Like he doesn't really. It's not like a huge, like real quick hands through the ball. It's just almost like a flick of the wrists, and it goes for 6. And very basic way to hit it, but it's so effective for him.
Yeah,
again here this time, Shahid Afridi dragging it down and just pulled straight to cover. Yeah, sorry.
So, no, that's fine. I was just going to say it's the effortless nature of when he comes down the track and when he hooks or pulls. It just looks very natural, doesn't it? Rather than him trying to do anything for it. It's more like he's letting the ball come onto the bat. Even when he's coming down the track, it looks very, very natural. So completely agree with you there.
Agreed, yeah, 100%. And Hafiz there just milking it into the leg side for a single. And they're just showing the replay of that 6 again. And it's interesting because his feet aren't still when he's hitting it as well, which is very unorthodox. Normally, he's actually moving whilst he's hitting it, which you don't teach. That's actually like a big no-no, but it works for him, and he's clearly got fantastic hands and hand to eye as well. But Joe Denley here is he needs to put on a performance because
there's no Rashid Khan.
Yeah, I mean no Rashid Khan, and Rashid Khan did so well, especially with the ball. Interesting to see whether Joe Denley gets a bowl. I know Matt came on and said the Joe Denley fan club is here, and he's looking to see how Joe Denley does as well.
Denley
Show
will
the
bowl.
3D.
I think he
Sorry,
needs to bowl.
yeah,
Sorry
he'll
to
need to.
interrupt.
We don't really have any spinners.
Samit Patel is the only other one.
And Mohammad Hafiz, I guess. So they'll bowl Mohammad Hafiz and Samit Patel.
Maybe.
Mohammad Hafiz bowled in the last match, and he bowled pretty tight. And he's a good bowler, but obviously he's had his issues with having to change it. So I don't know how much bowling he's actually done. So that's 35 for 2 off 7. A pretty decent over for Lahore anyway, but still Multan in really good position here, in a really good position, only going at 5 and over Lahore here. So Shahid Afridi has been pretty loose in the last couple of games, hasn't he?
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to get to. In that first game, he got 2 for 24, but since then he's just been spanked all over the place. Let's see how he comes back in the next over. I was just going to say, are you watching it on the TV today, Fazan? Right, that's why we're in sync. Because as soon as that 6 happened, I stopped because I thought I had to wait a minute. But no, it's good. We're on the same. I'm only here, like I said, I'm only here for a little while because I thought I'd jump on, say hello to you and whoever's in the chat, party with you for a little bit, and then go do my actual job afterwards.
Nice.
But I'm glad you're doing the stream, man.
I've got a meeting at 11 anyway, so I'll be jumping off, and then are you doing a stream today for this?
Probably not. Probably not.
For the second match, you're going to do one?
Unsure.
I won't be able to, so if you can, go for it.
Yeah, I'll look at it. This is the thing. I'm quite busy.
I've got a meeting 4 to 6, so I won't be able to.
All right. I've got meetings 2 till 3-ish, and then 1 potentially 4 o'clock. But let's see, man. Let's see. I know Laughing Coyote is doing a stream today for Peshawar against Quetta because I think those are his favorite sides. So that's going to be a competition and a half. But this time, Multan is looking on top. I should have just said I'm supporting Multan, and then Lahore would start smacking.
Oh, what a shot!
What a shot! What a
Muhammad Hafiz. And what's happened to the TV? What's happened to the coverage?
Happened here. Yeah, the coverage just stopped.
Fantastic shot from Muhammad Hafiz, just cutting that over point. And I think they've just, we're definitely behind now, but it's fine. Really, really good shot, controlled. And Carlos Brathwaite just going a little bit offline there. Bit too wide from him. Again, he's gone back of a length, which is fine. Good seam presentation, but way too wide. And it's kind of short and wide from him. And Hafiz just cashes in, really. And that's too loose from Carlos Brathwaite. And the runs are starting to flow here. Multan need to stop it straight away. And he's looking for a catch there, but that's very optimistic, I think.
Yeah. Right. This is the best part about the way, these experienced batsmen bat, right? Boundary, single, right? It's not like, I've just gone for a boundary. I'm going to go for a 6 now, like some other players who are not as experienced. I've seen Hafiz do this. Yeah, that's who I meant. That's exactly who I meant.
Yeah.
Right?
No, and that's not a bad thing to say. I think it's right. It's to do with
That's why I said inexperienced.
Yeah.
We saw that with Khushnul Shah. We saw it with Fakhar Zaman isn't inexperienced, but you see what I'm saying. People who have that much tenure behind them, that much experience. That's a beautiful drive by Denley, but only for 1.
Just straight to the sweeper. Fantastic shot for 1. But yeah, I agree with you because the experienced players, they know what to do. Is if it's there again, fine, they'll hit it. But for example, Carlos Brathwaite just there, that just shapes in and cramps him, and he just completely. This time again, he just opens up the face of the bat, runs it down, runs a single. Fantastic batting, and just keeping it ticking. Right, look again. Yeah. If they know they can't hit a boundary off it, they say, "Well, okay, let's get something from it."
Exactly.
Really good stuff, and that's 6-7. That's 8 from the over so far. Really good stuff.
Again, so 10 off the previous over, 8 off this one already. So they're doing something good. That's exactly what Lahore needed to do, and they're turning up the run rate. They were 25 for 2 and 6, and now it's not even the end of the 8th. Oh, Denley! Oh, that was a terrible shot. Trying to go for a pull, but I think it went just under it. It didn't bounce as much as he thought, right?
Yeah, that one definitely kept a bit lower than he expected. Let's have a look. Yeah, bizarre. I think he misjudged the line there, or the length even. Sorry, Joe Denley got a bit lucky. They could have been cleaned up pretty easily. 42 for 2, and we're talking about Shahid Afridi, and obviously historically looking at his stats. Oh, that's a fantastic
this
full
time
shot.
Though,
that's going to be full runs. That time he's definitely picked up the length there. He hasn't misjudged the length there, that's for sure. And it's 46 for 2 off 8 overs. And Joe Denley and Mohamed Hafiz are looking pretty good. And this is, as I said, I think this is a vital partnership. I think as a Lahore fan, you need these two to kind of go and go pretty well. But yeah, Shahid Afridi, they're looking at his stats overall in the PSL. They're very good. I mean, his economy is under 7, so it's 6.7 something. And
it's just
yeah,
he's
I
not
think
as consistent as he used to be, right? Because obviously
yeah,
there's a difference, but he's still bowling well, like we saw in the first game. He just needs to keep bowling that way
yeah,
for Multan's sake. But I'm just glad that he's still playing. Hafiz is still playing. Shoaib Malik is still
yeah,
like these are players that I really really like, which is kind of
yeah,
biased, but you know what I mean. Like it's
yeah, yeah.
hard to go against these guys now. Even though Shahid Afridi will get a golden duck if he bats, I'm telling you, he's gonna get another
Yeah.
golden.
Well,
Like
that's the thing. I said he's pretty much a bowler who can bat a little bit now.
that's exactly what he said, right? I met him in 2006, and I asked him, I was like, "Are you hoping to get sixes in the series against England?" And he's like, "To be honest, I see myself as a bowler who can bat a bit rather than what everyone thinks that I can boom boom hit it everywhere." And I was like, since then, I've just thought of him like that. That if you get runs from him, great, but don't
Yeah.
expect runs from him.
But it's a shame because he's a wasted talent. I think still he's done some fantastic things. I mean, even opening the batting for Pakistan in Tests, and he did actually pretty well there for
Yeah,
Pakistan as well. And he's clearly got the ability. He clearly had the ability anyway, and still has as well. But yeah, he had the ability to have been a lot better. But mentality is 90% of the game, as I've said in the past. And if you don't want to do what he clearly, I don't think, wanted to, then he wanted to play a certain way, and he's happy with how it's gone, I think. But yeah, no, it's still a very good cricketer. I'm really disappointed there's no Imran Tahir again.
I'll tell you why there's no Imran Tahir, because they want to see how Usman Qadir does. I think they did something similar in the IPL. Oh, coming down the track, Denley,
Oh,
going up in
that's
the air.
big. That's
That's
big.
a
That is
6 over
big.
extra
That's a
cover.
very big
Wow.
six from Joe Denley.
Huge.
He hasn't got all of that. I think he's actually he's
Edged
not
it.
quite middled it.
Yeah.
But that's still gone big. Let's have a look here. Yeah, he hasn't got all of it. It's turned in his hands, but he's got enough of it, and that's how big. That's how big these bats are nowadays. That's gone 76 meters, so not a huge boundary, but a fantastic shot from Joe Denley using his feet, and he'll be happy with that to mistime that for 6. That's for sure. 53 for 2, 8.4 overs, and Shahid Afridi under pressure here because he's gone for quite a few runs in his first 2 so far. Just milks that into the offside. Joe Denley rocks on the back foot and just milks that into the offside for 1.
Rashid Khan going away, a blessing in disguise, maybe, Fazan? Maybe?
I mean, potentially Joe Denley gives you more batting. Although Rashid Khan is a fantastic finisher in T20s, I'd say. So he's a different type of player, isn't he? And again, milks that into the leg side. And you're laughing at the comment. I'll check in a second, just updating the scorecard. And Matt says, boom, boom, Denley. Yeah, exactly. 19 off 17 for Denley and Hafiz 18 off 14. But yeah, Denley's looking good, man. Looking good.
Definitely. Right. Fazan, thank you for having me. I'm going to bounce off for a little while. Thank you, everyone. Please like, share, subscribe to Quality Shot, and then keep returning because I know Fazan's going to do a few more streams in the next few days, especially for the PSL. I think you're doing Lahore Karachi, which needs to be packed because that is the biggest rivalry in PSL.
Yeah.
So thank you, Fazan. Thank you very much. I will make sure not to end the broadcast. I'm going to leave the studio. I'll see you later. Take care, man.
See you later, Sanakum. Yeah. So for anyone who is watching, depending on tomorrow, Ashraf's doing some streams as well on his channel, Cricket for Us 2.0. So do check out that channel. But yeah, I'll be doing a live stream of the Karachi Lahore game or Lahore Karachi game on Sunday. So do check that out. And yeah, I may do some streaming tomorrow, potentially for the morning game. Here in the UK. So that game will be. Let me check while Usman Qadir is coming on, which I'm excited for. Always good to see leggies on, isn't it? And I don't know what's going on in the coverage, but the screen's gone black once again. And okay, we're back. Usman Qadir replacing Carlos Brathwaite. So tomorrow it is Karachi Kings versus Multan Sultans, actually, tomorrow at 9 a.m. in the morning. So that's here in the UK time, in the UK GM team. So I'll probably cover some of that match. So do stay tuned for that. And how do you think this is going to go, guys? So they're showing some kids with donuts. They look very happy, but they don't want to eat. Osman is in the attack. Yes, he is. Osman is into the attack. And that's 4 off his second ball. Really good shot. Fantastic timing there from Mohammed Hafiz. Looks really good. And yeah, really, really good shot. Just, yeah, cut away. Bit short and wide from Osman Ghadir. And Hafiz loves cutting the ball. He really does. And he'll throw his hands at that, and there's no real danger. So really, really good shot from him. And Lahore 59 for 2 and trying to pick up the pace here. Imran Tahir eating an apple. And yeah, I was saying to Ashraf, I kind of want to see him, but Osman is bowling well. And Hafiz gone to slog sweep there. Is that out or is that gone over? It's gone over. It says 6. Fantastic shot from Mohammed Hafiz. And he is now 28 off 17. Lahore is starting to motor here. This is what you want to see as a Lahore fan. And back-to-back boundaries, a 4 and then a 6. And Usman Ghadir is Usman is under a lot of pressure here because Hafiz has gone big again. It's just gone over the rope, just, and 68 meters. So Usman will feel pretty aggrieved. Yeah, we'll feel pretty aggrieved with that. 65 for 2 of 9.3 overs. Usman is 0 for 10 here of only 3 deliveries. And again, Mohammed Hafiz just flicking that into the leg side down to the sweeper. And it's 66 for 2. Joe Denley now on strike. And Hafiz is starting to motor. He's 29 of 18. Just showing the replay again. And Hafiz cutting that first one to the boundary to point. And the second one is just a slog sweep, which again, kind of like exactly like the Joe Denley one where he didn't get all of it. Similarly here, but just goes over the boundary. Joe Denley tries to slog sweep just like Hafiz, but really well bowled by Usman. Just turning and ragging away from the right-hander. He really rips that delivery. You can tell from the revs on the ball and gets that turn and bounce that as you want from a leg spinner. Coming in here, can he get a wicket? Oh, it's a drag down. That's a poor delivery. He slipped out of his hand. He's got away with that. He's really got away with that. It's only a single, 12 off the over. And I tell you what, he's a lucky, lucky boy because those drag downs normally go for big, big runs. 67 for 2 of 10 overs. And Riley Russo just did Usman a favour there for sure. Only a single off it, but a big over for Lahore, 12 off it. And they're 67 for 2 now. 67 for 2 of 10 overs. And they're looking, as I said, to motor along here. We're at the halfway stage. Let me know, guys, what you think Lahore are going to post. What total do you think they're going to get? I mean, if they want to get 170, they need to go at 10s, which is going to be tough, I would say. That's going to be pretty tough, but still doable. But I can't see anything over 170. But we'll see. We'll see. Depends how they go. Just showing the Manhattan, and yeah, so that last over of actually, sorry, it was 13. Yeah, the highest of them all. Cut away this time by Denley. Shahid Afridi is still continuing into his third over. He's been very expensive so far. 20 runs from his 2.1 overs currently. Just showing the most sixes by Pakistanis in T20s. Mohammed Hafiz is 4th on the list with 222 actually. Shahid Afridi 2nd, and guess who's first? Shoaib Malik. Very good T20 player. Interesting there. A bit of a yes-no situation with Hafiz and Denley, but Hafiz easily back in and good fielding, good sharp fielding there though by Multan. Multan is still not in a bad position here. You know, they set themselves up quite nicely with the ball in the first 5 overs. The next 5 obviously have not been to plan. And the first 5 went at around 5 and over, second around 8 or 9. But they're still in a decent position, and Shahid Afridi with a couple of dots, building some pressure on Joe Denley here. They need to do what they were doing before, the batsmen, rotating the strike, looking for the gaps, and they're trying to do that. They're very intelligent, both these batsmen. Let's see what they can do. A bit shorter, and this time Joe Denley punches it off the back foot, trying to look to see whether he can get it past that fielder at deep cover to the boundary, but unfortunately cannot. Only a single for him. But a very good looking shot, to be fair. Mohamed Hafiz now 30 off 20. Joe Denley 22 off 21. 70 for 2. And Hafiz goes big. He tries to go big. That could be caught. No, it's not. It goes over the field. A fantastic shot. Slog sweep again. He loves that slog sweep, Mohamed Hafiz. 36 of 21. Another 6 for him. And he's really going after Shahid Afridi here. He's not hanging about. That's a really, really good shot from him. 74 meters this time, that 6. And again, just over the rope, but it doesn't matter. A 6 is a 6. Shahid Afridi just not quite getting his line and length right. A bit too erratic from him. He needs to tighten up, and this time he does. Really darting that delivery into Mohamed Hafiz with the arm. Actually, I think it was a googly in the end, but picks up the pace on that delivery. And currently, the run rate is 7 and over. And we are into the 12th over now, about to start. That was a big over, 10 off it, and Lahore are looking to start picking up the pace here, clearly, because Mohamed Hafiz is looking to be aggressive. Guys, I am going to go in about 9 minutes, just because I have, I have to work. Really, I have to work, but you have me for the next 9 minutes. And then I may come back on later as well. Okay, really good stuff though from Mohamed Hafiz and also from Joe Denley. They've really steadied the ship for Lahore after some disappointing wickets. Firstly, Sahad Akhtar really just the captain. Unfortunately, it was good bowling from Carlos Brathwaite. Just dug into the surface, a slow delivery, completely misjudged the delivery and went to pull it, mistimed it straight to the fielder. And then after that, Fakhar Zaman getting a peach of the delivery from Dahani, who's actually back on. So they brought Dahani back on. They obviously want a wicket here. He's bowled 2 overs, 1 for 8, and he got him with an absolute peach. Set him up. The first delivery was just a wider one, slightly wider, but again back length. Then just tightened up that line. The next delivery, and Fakhar Zaman went for it, went to punch that into the offside and feathered it behind to the keeper. And that's a fantastic shot in first ball. He just pinged him for 6. And Mohamed Hafiz is not hanging about. He is not hanging about, Mohamed Hafiz. 43 or 23. And Dahani, who I just said was been bowling so well, just got absolutely slapped. Absolutely slapped for 6. This is a really, really good shot. Off the front foot as well. Rocked to the front foot and just pinged him for 6. And that's a biggie. He's got all of that one. That's 80 meters. Matt says, "Oh, do you have a job?" yeah, I do have a job. Yeah, I do. This is not what I do full time. A child says, "Hey, mate, watching my first PSL game should be fun." Yeah. Obviously, no Test cricket to watch, right? So otherwise, I would have been doing some of that, and then I probably would have come to the PSL later. But yeah, this is what we've got on. So yeah, enjoy it. I mean, so far it's pretty good. Ajal is Lahore are my team actually, so you should support them as well. But yeah, it's interesting. If you're watching for the first time, every team so far, Charles, who has bowled first, so every team that's had to chase a score, they've ended up winning the game, which is incredible, right? You wouldn't. It's just a coincidence that has happened. And the last 2 matches were 194 and 197 were the chase, and they managed to get it, which is ridiculous. Before that, the scores ranged between 140 to 180. I thought we would only see a score of about that 140 to 180 range, but Mohamed Hafiz, if he stays in, they could get towards that 180 plus mark. The 83 for 2, and Mohamed Hafiz has started to rain hell upon Multan. Ridiculous hitting at the moment. It really is. Dahani running in quickly. This time, Hafiz just punching that into the offside. And really, really good bowling from him. Good comeback off just getting slapped for 6 off a pull shot. Mohamed Hafiz so far just showing his stats so far on this one. 33 not out against Peshawar off 26 deliveries. Quetta 73 not out of 33. And in this match, 43 not out of 24. So he hasn't got out a single time. His average is going to be skyrocketing in this tournament and also in general. So not out's always good for the average, aren't they? And he's been getting a lot of those. Oh, this time he top edges it, gets lucky. He gets very lucky. Really good bowling by the Honey. It creeps up on him too quick and bottom edges it over the keeper for 4. A slice of luck there, but he creeps towards that 50 mark. Really good bowling from the Hani and just beats him for pace, really. And again, it's just he's outside edged that over the keeper for 4. It's just incredible what these bats can do. Really good stuff though from the Hani. He'll be looking to make sure that he can get a wicket hit. 47 of 25 now. Mohammad Hafiz, can he go big? Let's see. I reckon he's going to try and go big for this one to go 50. No, he doesn't. He has to just block that one out. He has to jam that delivery from Dahani. Fantastic Yorker from the youngster, running in and a smile on his face as Hafiz manages to jam that delivery out. A really good delivery just here. Just showing it again. Well defended from Mohammad Hafiz. Good Yorker, though very well directed. Charles says, that means that it must be a belter or wicket to bat on since everything's being chased down. Yeah, so actually, I think originally it wasn't a child because firstly it was like 140 to 160 was the kind of, I'd say, 140 to 180 was around about the scores people were getting. Around 160 was seen as par. Now, though, the par was around 180, 190. And some of the chases have been really, really tight. Like, they haven't been easy. Like, you're seeing people chase 165 and really struggle to do so. And it could have gone either way, but it's just coincidence that's happened. But the wickets definitely got flatter because they're playing in Karachi, the same stadium, for the first 10 matches. I think it's got a bit flatter in the last few matches. They are going to change and go to Lahore after the 10th match, so at the halfway point. So I think it'll play very differently and probably be a bit more bowler friendly, especially early doors. Oh, that's a fantastic shot from Mohammad Hafiz. He's absolutely crunched that down the ground. 50 up. What a shot. Just a pickup shot. Dahani just bowling really into the slot. And he's just absolutely crunched that down the ground for 6. 95 for 2. Hafiz on 54 27. And he's now going at a 200 strike rate. I mean, the guy is just going crazy. And as I said, he's one of the in-form, probably I personally think he's one of the best T20 players around internationally. He's done, his stats kind of prove that. And I think we voted him as our best T20 player. And it wasn't even just me, because I've got a little bit of bias, I guess, being a Pakistani supporter. But others who are neutral said it. So 54, 27, 3 fours, 5 sixes, a strike rate of 200. And the guy is just, I mean, for Pakistan, he's been very good in T20s. And here in the PSL, that form is shining through for sure. At first, he was just ticking along, using that experience. If he hit a boundary, he wouldn't get too ahead of himself, just milk it. And then next thing you know, just pings it down the ground. That was a fantastic shot. 54-27 and really motored here. Charles says, Lahore is a bit more seamer friendly, if I'm correct. Yeah, it's slightly more, from what I know as well. So I think it will see slightly lower scores, especially early doors. And then maybe if the pitch flattens up a little bit, by the time it gets to semis and finals, you may see a score of 180 plus. But let's see. I mean, I like scores between... Oh, that's a fantastic shot from Joe Denley, but it's a full toss, but straight to the sweeper. Yeah, I think in general, though, the pitches, I like to see scores between around 160, 170. That's, to me, perfect. 180 max. I don't like seeing anything above 180 or below maybe 150. And I feel like it's not great, but I don't like anything too big. Although everyone likes a big chase, don't they, I guess. Ikram Wazir says Lahore. Yes, Lahore are doing a pretty decent job. Multan were in control. They actually had Lahore 25 for 2 after 5 overs. So they were really in control, really containing them in the power play overs. I think it was actually, it was 20 for 2 off the first 5 overs. Thank you very much, everyone, for tuning in. Please do make sure you remember to like this video and also subscribe if you haven't already. Ikram, thank you very much for tuning in. Then 98 for 2. I am going to have to go off. I may come back on later. Thank you very much, everyone, though, for tuning in. I've got a meeting. Yes, I do work as well. and I will see if I can come back on though. Maybe in we'll say in an hour or so. But I'll put something on here so you can see it. Like I did for this one, where it's set up. Okay, thank you very much, guys. And speak to you guys soon, and see you guys soon, and have a fantastic day. If I don't, but I'm sure I will. Thank you very much.